This is a 2026 Chevy Silverado ZR2 Bison Edition in black. We're going to do a walk around and a review on it. Let me know what you guys think. So we've got a 2026 Chevy Silverado ZR2 Bison Edition here in black. So for starters, with the Bison Edition, you're going to get steel bumpers in the front and back. You're going to get a skid plate underneath. You're going to get 18-inch gloss black wheels, which we'll go over. You've got rocker guards on the side, and then you also get front and rear lockers. And then including on the ZR2 trim, you're going to get the DSSV Multimatic shocks. Overall, I got to say it's a really mean looking truck. So let's start right here at the front. We've got LED daytime running lights with LED lights. Now you do get two LED lights here in the grille, so one there and one there. And I got to say the headlights themselves look really good. I got to say it's a nice sharp design. And then you could see we've got the Chevy bow tie there on the amber part of the light. Now, as we carry over to the grille, we've got a nice grille here. We've got the hollowed out flow tie, as they call it, with red inserting inside of it. Now, we can see we also get the ZR2 badge on the right side. So on the driver's side, it does come with a camera right underneath there as well. Now, here is that stamped steel bumper. We do get fog lights, but the nice thing is you also get your parking sensors. So you get your parking sensors in that bumper. And then as we carry even more further down, we can see we've got the skid plates, and then we've got those Multimatic shocks, which we'll go over when we go around the truck. But overall, I gotta say, it looks really good. It's very dominant, and it's got a really cool stance, I would say, here at the front. Even on the hood here, this is a Duramax, which we'll get into once we open up the hood. But you can see, as the indication there is on the side of this kind of hood weave they've put here. But overall, like I said, I think they've done a good job here at the front. Let's take a look underneath the hood here and go over that Duramax that is optioned on this truck. Now, taking a look here underneath the hood, we've got the 3-liter Duramax inline 6-cylinder, 305 horsepower, and 495 pound-feet of torque paired with the 10-speed. Now, I gotta say, I love the fact that GM is still allowing people to get the 3-liter Duramax in this trim. You still can option the 6.2 if you still want a gas variant, but if you want the diesel, you have the option to get it. So that's underneath the hood here of this ZR2 Bison. Let's take a look around the Chevy and go over its options. So let's take a look around the Chevy ZR2 Bison here, and we'll start with the tire and wheel setup. So we're sitting with an 18-inch wheel and a 33-inch tire. So the tire size is 275/70 R18. I do like the wheel design. You can see we've got the AEV logo right there in the center. We've got a carpeted liner inside, and then here is what that DSSV Multimatic shock looks like there. As we can see, we've got a plastic liner around the fender there, ZR2 here on the side as well, body matched mirror cap with a light here and a camera underneath. And then we'll give you guys a side profile view of the truck. Now we are sitting with a 5.5-foot bed, and then below here on the rocker, we can see we've got the rocker guard there. It kind of acts like a running board, but it is a little difficult to get your foot kind of in it. You don't want to get your foot jammed, but you know, it does come with that with the Bison Edition. You do get keyless entry only on the front 2 doors, but it gives you, if you can see, a blacked out version of the truck. There's no chrome other than really the Duramax logo and the ZR2 badge. You also get Bison there on the bed. Now, as we take a look inside, we are greeted with a kind of sandstone interior that's two-toned. So we can see we've got some yellow stitching. We've got AEV on both headrests there. It's got like a dark gray with a sandstone light gray in the center. We've got your seat adjustments there, and then ZR2 here on the door sill. But overall, I gotta say the seats look good. Over here on the dash part of things, we can see that color carries throughout the dash with some yellow stitching. We've got some rugged look here. Now this is an upper glove box area, which you can store things. Then you've got some more storage down here with kind of like a laminate design. As we carry over to the door panel, we've got your Bose speakers, lock and unlock, and then that texture pattern carries at the top here with that laminate pattern, and then that sandstone color with some yellow stitching as well. And then you got a pocket down below here, automatic windows up and down. Now, another nice thing they did here is they gave you handles to help you get in, which is a nice touch to add. And then this is what the back looks like here. So same design here and material on the door panel, your handle. So that texture again at the top, speaker down below here. You got your yellow stitching with that gray sandstone. Nothing here on the door sill. And then over here is what that seat looks like. So, you know, you get that two-tone material. You do still get a cubby inside here. So if you want to store things, You know, it kind of keeps things cool, I do have to say. So if you want to put like a water or anything in there to keep it cool, it can do that. Now inside the center here, we have two vents, USB, USB-C, two heated seats, and then your cup holders here at the top. You also have an indent here for taller passengers, which might I say does help. Unfortunately, this one does not have a sunroof, nor can you get a moonroof yet in these trucks. But overall, it's a nice kind of place to hang out. The seats do fold up, and then they do come down. Now, I will show you how I will get in here as a person who's about 5'10", 5'11". All right, so getting inside here, the rocker will help you a little bit. You just don't want to get your foot caught between the truck and the rocker itself, but the handle is going to help you tremendously. Now, having said that, inside, I gotta say, it's not too bad. You know, the seat's decently comfy. This seat in front of me is pretty far back, but even so, I still have a decent amount of room. You know, you've got your cup holders here, you've got your vents, USB, USB-C, and then your heated seats. Now, there is that indent here for taller people, and I gotta say, it will be beneficial if you are taller, so you don't have to keep hitting your head on the roof. Now, I would option the moonroof if you want more light inside. I mean, that's pretty obvious. I know some people don't like the moonroofs, or, well, not the moonroofs, the sunroofs in general. I mean, they don't offer a moonroof yet. Maybe in the next generation they will. Overall, I gotta say, it's a decent kind of hangout area for people back here. Now, to get out, the handle, like I said, will help, but you just want to make sure you're not going to slip off this rocker. I mean, it's not meant for a running board. I mean, you can still put your foot on there, but as you can see, you're only going to probably just get your heel on there. So you're going to have to kind of jump out. All right, so that's the back. We'll shut this here. And then here's a look at that back tire and wheel. Same dimension and design. I really do like the overall 18-inch design they've done here, and it's all blacked out. You do got that carpeted liner inside there with that plastic liner, and then you still get those DSSV shocks, as we can see there, kind of right behind the frame. And then here is that Bison sticker you get on the side to showcase to people you do have the Bison. That's it for a side profile view. Let's take a look at the back. So in the back here of the ZR2 Bison, we'll start here in the middle. We've got the blacked out Chevy bow tie, and as you can see, it is a two-tone here because this is actually a decal. So it's a matte black finish. We've got the Silverado name on the left, AEV on the right. We've got that stamped steel bumper there with parking sensors, which is nice. You do get dual exhaust, but it's actually tucked underneath the bumper there. So, you know, if you are off-roading, you have a little bit more of a better angle so you don't hit things. We do get LED taillights, as we can see. I'm going to zoom out here so you get a better look. Now, it does come with the multi-flex tailgate. You got two buttons here, and you also have a camera and a light here. So just by pushing this button, the tailgate will come down just like that, ever so slowly. You've got a spray and bed liner here from Chev, as we can see the bow tie there at the front. We've got tie downs in each corner, so 3 in each corner, which is great. You've got a 120 plug here as well. And then at the top here, we've got two cameras. One is for your bed camera, and one is for your mirror camera, which we'll touch upon once we get inside. Now, to use this tailgate here, you can use this also for a stopper if needed. And then if you want to use the full tailgate, there's the top button, which you click, and the tailgate will come down, and then you're able to use the step. Now, one thing that I've noticed, because I did a GMC Sierra that had this, and if you're curious to see that review, check it out over here. They are not giving a handle anymore. So usually the handle will be right here, unless I'm missing something, because the stick figure guy shows a handle. It's not providing a handle anymore. So I guess you're going to just have to use your feet and obviously not hold on to anything. I mean, you still could use this here at the top to get in, but it's a little further out of reach. But I thought I'd let you guys know anyways. Now, to close this, you just push this up. You got to grab it all the way at the bottom, lift it up, and then if you want to just use the top part, you can also do that as well. So a ton of interesting things you can do with this tailgate. Now, that's it for the back here. Let's go over those seats behind the driver. I just want to thank Applewood GM here in Mississauga, Ontario. Go see my boy Zach. He'll hook you up with a great deal. All right, so taking a look at the seats behind the driver here, we'll start with the door panel. Same design and material. We get that gray sandstone here with some yellow stitching, and we get that texture here at the top, that laminate design here, window control here, speaker, nothing here on the door sill. And then as we carry up to the top here, we've got that same design and material. You get a cubby here as well on the driver's side, and then this here is the 60% of the seat, which you can lift up. So you get a little bit more storage here if needed be. And then inside here, like I was mentioning, you get the heated seats, USB, USB-C, two vents, cup holders there at the top. And like I said, there is no sunroof here, but you get indents on the back side of things and also the front. You also do get a handle in here. Now that is it for the back here. Let's take a look at the front. All right, so taking a look inside the ZR2 Bison here on the driver's side of things, we've got that texture here on the door panel with that laminate design, that gray sandstone here with some yellow stitching, lock and unlock here with memory seating, window and mirror controls here, and the mirrors are power folding too. It does have your blind spot detection, as we can see. Bose speaker here, ZR2 there on the door sill, and then here is what that seat looks like. So same design here on the driver as it is over on the passenger. Then we've got AEV stitched in the headrest, which is a nice touch to add for sure. You've got your seat controls here as well. No massaging seats in this truck though. You do get a handle that helps you get in. Like I said, this is not really a running board, so to get your foot in there, you're going to have to go quick or it might slip off. Now on the side of the steering wheel here, we've got your heads-up display controls, which we'll get into. We've got your 4x4 settings here with your light controls, and then this is a telescopic steering wheel. That's it before we hop in. Let's take a look and go over all the features inside. So we are inside the Chevy ZR2 Bison here, and we'll start right here with the steering wheel. So we've got a leather-wrapped steering wheel here. We've got your cruise control settings here with your forward collision alert and heated steering wheel here on the left side. And then over here, we'll control your front infotainment. So you can kind of scroll through here and just go over the different settings you want. You can change this layout here. So if you go display layout, you can go to digital, clean, progressive. I like the progressive look, but it's just going to obviously depend on the user. And it's very simple to use. You know, you've got your trip settings here, all your different things that you would want to know. You can change your settings here. So you got your oil life, you got brake pad life, which is cool, air filter life, fuel filter, diesel exhaust fluid, which you'll need to know, especially being a diesel truck, but very easy to use. You've got paddle shifters at the back of the steering wheel, and then you also have your tuning knobs as well. As you can see here, you've got buttons there to control your volume as well. Now on the left side of the steering wheel, we have your toggle for your wipers. And I did mention it does have a heads-up display, so you can see it right there. You can control it via these buttons here, so you can make it brighter. So there it is right there. You can hit info, changes the info depending on what you want, and then you can move it up or down. So very, very easy to use. Now at the top here of the dash, we've got a soft touch material here with some yellow stitching. We've got a speaker here and a speaker over on that side, and like I mentioned, it has handles on the A-pillars, but overall I gotta say the dash looks good. You've got that upper glove box area, which we touched on over on the passenger side. Then you have that lower glove box area as well. And as you can see here in the dash, that laminate pattern carries throughout the whole dash itself. And then you've got that like piano black on, you know, the sides here and then over to the screen. Now at the top of the screen here, you've got some storage, or it's kind of like an area to rest your arm when you're kind of clicking through the screen, but you can store things if needed be. Now this here is your front display screen, and it works very well. You've got a dual screen purpose, so you can scroll through this side, and depending on what you want on this side, audio, maps, and whatnot, you can control that, or you can have it on this side. So for example, we have our maps on the right side, and we can have our audio on this side. We can switch that around if we want our maps here. So like I said, it just moved just like that. I also like the fact that it gives you a clock. I think it's like a really classic look. You know, it reminds me of like an old Mercedes or Porsche in a way, but very easy to use. You've got your home button here or here. You can scroll through here. You've got your settings, climate control here. So the nice thing is you can control your climate via the screen, or you can use the buttons down below, which I'm very happy they still give you buttons, you know, worst case if your screen fails. You've got settings here as well with Wi-Fi hotspot connection if needed. You've got camera angles here, which are fantastic. You've got your bed angle camera here. You can zoom in or out if needed be. You've got, you know, your rear camera, 360 camera. You got your side cameras too. You know, I would say the quality on the side cameras is okay, but you can turn your wheel and see, you know, what's going on, especially if you are off-roading. You got your audio and maps here too. You got Google Assistant, Play Store, and then Android Auto and Apple CarPlay as well. Now down here, we've got lane keeping assist. You can turn off your parking sensors, auto stop start. You can put your tailgate down, hazards, traction control, hill descent control. And then these two, we've got your rear locker and your front locker buttons. So really awesome to have on a off-road vehicle, especially that front locker. Now over here, we've got your push button start, trailer brake controller, and then we've got dual zone climate, heated and ventilated seats on both sides, which is nice to note. We've got USB, USB-C there. We've got some storage here And then we've got some more pockets here. So we got cup holders, more storage here, and then a little bit here as well. Now this does have a center console shifter. I like that in the 1500 series as opposed to the column shifter in the heavy duties. Now as we carry over to the center here, we've got a kind of soft padded center console area here with some yellow stitching, and then that texture carries throughout. We've got some more storage in here which we can take out. We've got a light, more connections here for USB, USB-C, a 120, which is nice. It kind of hides it nice inside the center console area here. Then you have your wireless charging pad right there. Now that is it for that. Up here we've got your rear vision camera, which we can turn on or off. And then up here we've got your garage door openers with your sliding rear window if needed with OnStar. And then here are your visors. So now that's it for the inside of the truck. I gotta say, I think it looks great. I think they've done a good job with, the two-tone combinations of the ZR2 inside. But that's it for the inside. Let's go take a look outside and go over the price. So let's talk price. 2026 Chevy Silverado ZR2 Bison Edition here in black is going to run you about 105,000 Canadian. So let me know what you guys think about the truck in the comments. Do you think, comparative to other off-road 1500 series trucks out there, do you think it's decent price compared to what is out on the market? Or do you still think the truck market is going crazy? Let me know in the comments what you guys think. So that concludes this review. We'll see you in the next one. Cheers.